the coolest part of Sugar, in my opinion, is the fact that you can customize it to your business. You can do just about anything you want with it. Some of the stuff does take, depending on how elaborate you want it to be customized to what you're doing, some of it does take, some technical understanding. But for the most part, for most small businesses, all they want to be able to do is store contacts, be able to search on those contacts, create some kind of mailing list out of those different contacts, and be able to customize it to store the types of information that they want to store about their clients. I'm going to give you a template that's a suggested starting point for what you might want to know about your clients. You've already seen it before if you've been coming to the meetings. It's my Client Appreciation Program template. It has, what's your favorite type of coffee? Do you like Starbucks? Do you like Dunkin' Donuts? What do you like to drink? Do you like beer? Do you like wine? What kind of wine? What kind of beer? I mean, where do you go out? What's your favorite 3 restaurants, right, that you like to frequent? Just a whole profile. What's your favorite color? What flowers do you like? Now, how do I get all this information?
You ask questions and you write it in.
Do I have a form in front of me and say, what's your favorite color? What's your wife's name? What's your kid's name? What are their ages? Do I ask all these questions at the same time? No, I don't. But understand that I already know I want to have that information. So when I meet a new client and I meet their children for the first time, what do I ask their children? Hi, nice to meet you. What's your name? And how old are you? They tell you immediately. What child doesn't know how old they are, right? I mean, they'll tell you, I'm 5 and 10/8, right?
Say their names 5 times.
Exactly. They'll have all kinds of cute ways to be able to tell you how old they are, right? What was the question?
Oh, and you say their name 5 times.
I actually, in my folder, I don't have one of my folders with me, but in my folder I have a template, and it's the same template that's in my computer system, and it allows me, very quickly when I'm on the appointment, at some point when I go to write down something else, I'll write down that information. And after, remember, I have a long time to gather this information. I have months usually, right? And so, if you ask just 1 or 2 questions every time you meet them, and you have 10 or 20 appointments over the course of a period of time, you'll know everything about them, right? I mean, it's amazing how simple it is. But understand that unless you intend to collect that information, unless you have a picture of what that relationship is going to look like, you'll never know, because you'll never take the time to think about it. You won't be paying attention, right? Are you going to have this stellar, incredibly intimate relationship with every client that you have? No, you're not.
You don't have time.
But, you would make the time if you could, right? But the chances are you're going to have, I call them my A-plus clients. Some people call them your core clients, right? The people that make up the most of your business. Whether it's in volume or whether it's in just the dollar amount that they purchase, it doesn't matter. They're the most important, clients for you. If you collect the information on everybody, because you don't know who's going to turn into the good client, right? Sometimes you start out, not having a lot in common, and then all of a sudden, even a couple months or even a year into your business relationship with somebody, all of a sudden you discover that you have all this stuff in common, right? And all of a sudden that relationship flourishes. Well, don't you think you'd cut down on the time it would take to discover that if you had ways to, be really personal in how you thanked people for their business, and how you thanked them for their referrals, and how you actually asked them what they needed in their business, right? And so there's all kinds of different, of different possibilities. Really, the sky's the limit on this type of stuff. You just have to. I'm giving you permission, I guess, right? I'm giving you permission to collect the information. A lot of people would say, that it sounds like you're stalking these people, right? And it is stalking, but it's good stalking is what I want to get across to you. People want to be taken care of. They really do. They'll give their respect and they'll give their business to the people that take care of them. And I cannot enumerate, because it's been that many circumstances, because I ask people why they refer me. Every time I get a referral, even if I've gotten, this is the 10th referral I get, from one of my clients, I always ask, why did you refer me? And I write down the answer. I actually have a note area that I write down the answers. And by far, the reason that I get referred more than anything else, do you think it's my real estate knowledge? No, it's not my real. Do you think it's because I have a lot of degrees? No. You think it's because I know about technology? No. Why? Anybody have any guesses?
Because you're a nice guy.
Because I remembered their kid's name. The most important thing I can do in my business, by far, when it comes to referrals, is to remember their children's names. You would never think that was true. I would have never thought that was true. The only reason I know it's true is because I've been watching, right? And I've been asking, and they tell me. It's because I've dealt with 10 realtors in my life, and not one of them remembered my kids' names. It sticks out amazingly. Think about yourself with your own children, right?
I can't remember their names.
You might not be able to remember their names, so that's impressive on my end, right? But think about, how important they are to you. Are there things that are more important? For most of us, the answer is no, right? And so if you recognize what's most valuable and what's most important to them, and you validate that by treating them and their children with respect, it's amazing how far that will end up going. You'll have your own triggers. If you run a bar, you run a liquor store, remembering what they drink is probably a very good idea, right? Remembering, is it shaken or is it stirred, right? These things are important in that line of business. Likewise, remembering what kind of dog they have, remembering their dog's name is incredibly important. The details are immensely important. Now, it's easy to forget the details. It's trivial to forget the details, right? However, it's also very easy to remember them, especially when you have the right tools. And that's what we want to make sure everybody has, the right tools that are easily maintained and can be used to interact with your clients.